What you got there?
It's a deer.
All right.
It'd be a deer.
Let's do this.
A deer.
All right, guys. So we came out to hang out with Jason from Tails to Scales.
Big squirrel.
And we are going to help with this deer. How long? How many days have he been hanging?
So I shot her with my bow on Monday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, it's not bad.
Right before it got real cold.
Yep.
Stayed.
It's been in the 20s, 30s. Yeah. Today's the first day we hit the 50s.
Yep. So it's time to.
So we're gonna get this done, guys, and we're gonna bring you guys all along for that. We just wanted to notice some differences last time when we got. When Crappie Chris got that deer, it was fresh. We cut it up and we went home and fried it up immediately. This one was shot, it was cold, so it was hung for 3 days, and we're gonna see what the differences are, taste wise and cleaning wise.
This meat's gonna look way different than the meat that you guys had last. What, baby?
It's still dripping fat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look at this.
Oh, look at all of it.
Oh, that's good. Fat is good, man. Deer don't have that much fat, so I love having fat in it when you cook it.
The only problem with deer fat is when you eat it, it gets in your mouth. It's like
yeah.
The film stays there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
very
when
thick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I make like a barbacoa or birria.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It adds so much flavor to the broth.
Oh yeah.
There's the shot.
And they say those.
Oh, we brought some knives. Some big sharp ones. Do you want to use
they
them?
were sharp.
Well.
Check this out. Did you see that? When you come around like this, you just cut all the way around.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And if you see, there's a line there.
Yep.
That's where the bone is.
Yeah. You just follow that.
And you just get under that. You get onto that bone, and just stay on that bone right there.
You can literally pull those muscles apart.
Yeah. Especially now that this one's aged a little bit. Just wait.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I'll kind of like freeze my meat a little bit because it makes it so much easier to cut.
Yeah. What are they doing?
Throw their speedboat here, Dad.
Yeah. You said back strap? I got that. I just happen to have one.
My first deer I ever processed, it was like this on a table.
Yeah.
On an island. I didn't know what I was doing. I pulled up YouTube, and I think I left nothing but bones.
So
We're taking off
we're
the
going
skin.
to. So here's what we'll do. If you take and lay this thing flat like this.
Yeah.
Now take and start right here, flatten out like you're filleting a fish, and then cut that silver skin off of it.
Okay.
So there's only like this much of this that's actually tenderloin.
Yeah.
From there to there.
It's right
this
here.
is just neck meat right here.
This comes off right here.
But this right here we'll set to the side because that right there will make your barbacoa. Like outside like this, it makes the hard stuff on the outside of the meat that you have to cut off.
Yeah.
But there's such a difference in eating meat that's been hanging for a couple days. All the blood leaves the meat.
That is true. And it makes it taste so much better.
And also, so a lot of people don't know this, but there's actual living bacteria in meat. That's why people hang them for like 30 days, like your expensive steaks. They hang them that long because the bacteria starts cutting down the meat. For one, it makes the flavor better, and for two, it makes it more tender.
Yes. In Mexico, you go to the butcher shop and all the meat's hanging.
Oh yeah.
And it's always hanging.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why my mom won't eat meat from most markets is because their meat is too bloody when you get it.
Yeah.
She's used to, even 30 years later, she's still used to it being hung and not bloody.
Like there was times whenever I was young here in Arkansas, we could hang a deer like sometimes if we killed them like the first week of November, they almost hung till January sometimes.
Because it was cold enough.
Because it was cold enough, they'd freeze.
You can't do that now.
Nope.
You can't do that now. We don't have enough cold days in a row like that. Yeah, my mom is. She won't even cook liver anymore because she says it's too bloody.
This feels more like a
I love it.
deer processing like podcast, like a live podcast than it does a YouTube video.
I wish I had this, and I will one of these days. Tails and Scales will have a podcast.
You can go live on
Deer Carcass
You can go
Confessional.
live on Facebook.
Deer Carcass Confessional.
Get it all
This is
out
where we talk about everything. No judgment around the carcass.
as we cut up a deer.
Yeah. So, those chunks like that, if you want to take some home for what you guys, I know you like it. We can grind it all. If you want to grind it all, just cut it in little chunks like this so it'll fit in the grinder, and throw it in probably that one. Throw it in this one. And then all the little pieces that we can grind, throw it in there. And then here in a little bit, we'll put the grinder on the counter. And
What do you want to do, babe? Do you want to make some for barbacoa or do you want to take it all for grinding?
yeah.
I would say grind it
All grind it?
because we have some meat at home that we could put as barbacoa.
Well, yeah.
And the grinding meat I want to experiment with down the road and try and make breakfast sausage and stuff.
I'd rather grind it.
I just don't know what seasoning besides sage.
Yeah, we'll just make.
Yeah, there you go. If you grind it, because like summer sausage isn't that hard to make, and like right now is actually the time to have all that stuff to grind it. When you grind it, you can season it up, which we can season some of this up and grind it. It doesn't matter.
You don't have to season it at the exact time that you grind it, right? Because we can always add in pork fat and seasonings later or something.
For sure. It's just that another level doing it when you grind it, because it all breaks down in the meat, and then when you freeze it, it all sucks into the meat, and it's a completely different critter when you.
That's not the tender?
No,
No.
Shaped
that's
like
just a little.
Here.
So
And it's not a muscle that gets used as much as the other because it's a little tender.
Absolutely
it looks
not.
really tender. Don't make
Put it in
that
here.
stew meat.
put it in here. Like I said, we'll all this and then.
See, that's gonna be way more tender than this little piece. Because this
Yeah.
little piece is part of that.
Yeah. But it actually, if you took that shit and well, not that one, but a piece like this. Do you guys eat a lot of fajitas?
Believe it or not, no.
We
But-
love fajitas around here.
But that's because we don't
We're
usually.
white people Mexicans.
It's not a Mexican thing for us.
My mom and dad like fajitas.
Yeah, for us, it's not a
With the
Mexican
bell
thing.
peppers and the meat and the onion.
Yeah. Which the fajitas made by the only ones I've ever had that are made by not American or Tex-Mex, they don't even have all that shit in them.
No.
Most people, like Colorado, I knew there was one place in Colorado that was my friend's parents owned the place, and I know how Hispanic them folks was, and they made some killer food. You just had to salt it, because all of the like authentic or whatever Mexican food I've ever had has been just light, not a lot of salt, pepper, stuff like that.
All right, guys, quick update. They got the rest of the steer cut up. So I think he's
Quick.
getting the grease hot over here. Man, that smells so good.
What'd you say?
Kelly
Sorry, people, I got in here a little earlier.
Kelly
on
the spot.
I kind of feel like this one has that livery taste almost.
Well, it tastes like liver,
It's the. It's
So I'm
the
gonna select
metallic-
this one that has a little bit of the stuff on it. Yeah, it's more tender than the backstrap that we made.
Yummy.
Here, get a piece.
Yummy.
Dear me, they never talk about dear me. Oh my god.
Dear me, he said.
If I would have said beer me, you wouldn't know what I was saying, but I said dear me.
Doesn't it taste a little bit more like liver?
It's the meat. You taste the meat. You taste the actual meat. After the blood's all left the meat, you taste the meat instead of.
I bet that ground.
If you guys eat spaghetti like we do, oh yeah, bag of that, throw it out on the counter
We
before
eat
you leave
spaghetti
for
at least
work.
once a week.
We were wondering about that.
And you
Using
can
deer meat and spaghetti.
and you can actually make your spaghetti meat before, put all your seasonings in there, just like this, mix it all up, just like we're grinding it, and it'll all be soaked through the meat.
Tastes beefy. Doesn't taste like deer.
It's really good. Guys, this is so good. So now we've tasted backstrap from a freshly shot deer. Now we've tasted one that's been hanging for what, 3 days?
Yeah, been hanging since Monday evening, so it hung Monday night till now.
I'm
So it's
gonna
a
have
little
to keep
more
trying it
aged.
because I don't know.
I think it was another
I
piece.
think we got to kill another one.
I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure if it's because it was a doe and
We
the other
still
one
have
was
a
buck.
tag to fill each.
Yeah,
That's right.
we still have a tag, and we have a Christmas hunt coming up.
When does our zone close?
We have a Christmas hunt coming up.
Christmas hunt? It'd be nice
Yes.
and cold.
Yes. So this is just, and I still have 2 tags left, or 3 tags. I still have 3 tags left. I have a buck tag and 2 doe tags left, so we got plenty of tags to make family meat out of.
Just missing taters.
This is what it's all about. Yeah. This is what it's all about. This is
Yep,
this
for
is
sure.
what I miss this because you guys are the first ones to come do this with me, like hardly ever, because everybody else is like, oh, well, let me know when you get it done.
Let me know when it's cooked on the plate.
Yeah, let me know when you let me know when you get it cooked.
Would you
Let me know when you get all that ground up, some of that jerky made, and I'll come over and get it.
Awesome.
I like to come and play in the
All right, you guys. Gonna give you back to Kelly now.
All right, guys. Well, we will give you an update. I think actually we're all done here.
Almost.
We can see Chewy eat it, see what he thinks.
It was good. It was delicious. What's not to like?
Okay, we're gonna make breakfast sausage, you guys.
Yeah, hold on, we ain't leaving yet. So
All
when we
right.
get this all ground up and all that stuff, I'll show you how I do it.
Sweet.
This is the way you're supposed to do it. Everybody takes their deer and dumps them to the processor.
Yeah, you pay to get.
And you pay like $75 a deer to get it processed. Whenever but I understand if you don't have time or whatever too.
Well, if you don't have the equipment for
Yeah.
it, but
Quit.
but most of the other stuff, the steaks
Quit.
and the roast and all that, you can do yourself.
Quit. Let's see if it's full. So listen, when you're doing this, and I always do it when I get to the last like quarter or whatever. But you can throw some more. We'll put some more in there. We'll fill that bag up. You can mix some seasonings up in there and really mix it in,
Yeah.
and then do it. Talking about making tacos and things like that.
Hey, y'all need to put in the comments what your favorite ingredients are to add to it to make breakfast sausage. I want spicy breakfast sausage so bad. Y'all put it in the comments.
So At the very last, that's what we'll do. We'll make some breakfast sausage. I think I got all the stuff up there. It's pretty simple. But you gotta remember, like pork breakfast sausage, when you cook it, you know, you start out this big and it's like this big when you're done. This, when you cook it, it doesn't shrink. So whatever the patty size is that you cook is what it's gonna be.
Is what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Makes
it's what it's
sense.
gonna be. So you can make a burger out of the.
Is this good enough?
Yeah, yeah. It's good enough. So I'm gonna get a nut, a bolt right here, put it on there, and I'm gonna use my impact.
Right?
Yeah, just put it on there and just start grinding it and feeding it. Or I could just, not being a tight ass, and get a. But for me, see, this grinder already had meat in it and everything, so it's all right to grind everybody else's stuff, but I can't grind something for myself in there because it's tainted now. So if I got a electric one, I wouldn't use it for this stuff anyway. I'd probably still go back to old Bessie here.
Right.
Imagine how many pounds of meat this thing's ground. I mean, there's no telling who had it before me. And I've done 6 years worth of deer.
So we went ahead and he basically just rifled through the old pantry there and pulled out some seasonings and did it on up, and we have a patty here that we're gonna try, breakfast sausage stuff. I think I saw garlic, and which we're just mutually, we all like garlic and everything. Sage and some other stuff. Probably some powder pepper version. All right, let's try this, you guys. Hot.
It's all hot.
Okay. I can definitely taste the sage. I feel like anybody that knows me, I do feel like it needs more salt, but that's because it's never enough salt for me. There we go. Yes.
Not even a shaker for
That
you,
is
Kelly.
so
We get the
good.
whole container.
Here. A little dab will do you. Put some more meat on there. That is a little much. Now we're talking. That's so good.